We are on day 3 of reading Lost. Today we are going to read chapters 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, and 10. Chapter 8, Even Worse. The land at the edge of the stream tipped and tilted. It didn't take long for Callie to slip and sit down in the water. Did you have a nice trip? I asked. She didn't laugh. At least you saved the backpack, I said. It's got food in it. That reminded us that we were hungry. We shouldn't eat it all, I said. To win an alien death trap, you have to hold on to your supplies. But we were both really hungry. We ate all the food and drank all the water. I wouldn't dare to drink the water in the stream. It might not be clean. But how long could we go without water? I tried not to think about that. We trudged on. The stream got wider. Maybe we were coming to the lake. We came around a clump of trees. The stream started to spread out. We walked faster. The trees got thinner. But the water didn't tumble to a lake. It spread out into a swamp. Now we stood there staring at it. Now what? Callie asked. Should we turn around? I remembered there was a small bridge in town, so there was a stream or a river. I bet the stream goes to town on this end, I said. We must be close. We should just follow it. We're already wet. We splashed ahead, keeping to the edge. Callie looked grim. Maybe she needed me to cheer her up. Don't think about water snakes, I said, or snapping turtles or leeches. She just kept going. We need a truth ray, I said to her back. I always carry one in my game. We could ask a fish which way to the lake. Callie stopped walking. This isn't a game about stupid aliens, she yelled. We're lost. She was almost wailing. You can do what you want. I'm going back. She splashed the way we had come. My aliens are not stupid, I shouted after her. I stomped on ahead. It's not easy to stomp in a swamp. Who needed her anyway? I'd find my own way to town and charge up my space station. My space station! It was in the backpack, and Callie had the backpack. Callie, wait! I hollered. I turned and hurried after her. Just then, something moved in the bushes behind her. Something big. It was as big as a bear. It wasn't a bear. A moose came around the bushes. He was as big as a truck, an ugly truck. Callie saw it and froze. The moose snorted. He stared at my cousin for a minute. Then he lowered his head and charged straight at Callie. Chapter 9. Moose attack. I didn't even have time to think. Hey, moose, I hollered. I waved my arms. I jumped up and down. The moose stopped. His head swung toward me. His antlers looked as big as an oak tree. I scooped up a rock and threw it at him. Then he charged right at me. Run, I hollered at Callie. Run, run, run. I didn't run. I fell down and played dead. Sometimes that works to fool the aliens in Alien Death Trap. Would it work on a moose? It's not easy to play dead in a swamp with a moose charging you. I could hear the moose feet splashing closer. My heart slammed. I held my breath. That was easy since half of my face was in the water. Dead, I told myself. I'm dead, dead, dead. I just hoped it wasn't going to be true. The splashing slowed, then it stopped. I heard another snort. I waited for those antlers to slam into me. Did moose eat people? Callie would know. I didn't feel any hot moose breath on me. I turned my head just enough to breathe. After about 100 years, I opened one eye. I saw moose legs. They were wandering off into the trees. I guess chasing someone who's dead isn't much fun. I opened the other eye, then slowly I turned my head. Callie was still frozen in place. Very slowly, I raised my thumb so Callie could see it, but the moose couldn't. Her eyes grew wide. Then her head moved slowly up and down. We waited and waited and waited. At last, Callie said, I think he's gone. I sat up. She splashed over to me as quietly as you can in a swamp, which isn't all that quiet. Are you all right? She asked. I nodded. Mud fell out of my hair. I thought maybe you died of fright, she said. How did you know what to do? Alien death trap, I said. It's something you can do if an alien attacks. I didn't say how scared I'd been that it wouldn't work. I didn't say how glad I was to be alive, but I was. Thanks, David, Callie said. You saved me. Something rustled in the trees. Was the moose coming back? We ran. We didn't think, we just ran. One of my shoes and a sock stayed behind in the mud. I didn't go back for it. We ran through the bushes. We ran past the trees. We ran around a pile of rocks and up a hill. We just kept running. I have to stop, I gasped. We dropped to the ground on the top of the hill. I think we lost him, Callie panted. I looked around. The moose isn't the only thing we lost, I said. Chapter 10. Thunder and lightning. What was the good news? We didn't see the moose. What was the bad news? We didn't see the stream. We couldn't see any trail either. Now, how would we find our way back? Maybe we could climb a tree, Callie said. Then we could see how to get back to the cabin. That was a good idea, but none of the trees had branches low enough to climb. I didn't want to say what I was thinking out loud, but Callie said it. We're really, really in trouble. I slumped on the ground. Callie sat next to me. I'm too tired to go any farther, I groaned. Me too, she said. Besides, it's getting dark. She was right. The sun wasn't as bright as before. Was it setting already? What would we do if we had to spend a night in the woods? Or 2 nights? Or forever? Thunder rumbled. The darkness was a storm rolling in. Great, said Callie. Now it's going to rain on us. We have to get off this hill, I said. Why? She asked. I didn't want to tell her I'm terrified of lightning. You shouldn't stand under a tree in a thunderstorm, I said. Look around. We're under about 10 of them. Lightning split the sky. Thunder boomed. Suddenly, we weren't so tired anymore. We raced down the hill. At the bottom, a giant rock made a kind of cave. We huddled under it. Rain poured down. Flashes of lightning lit everything up. It was bright as a searchlight. Was anyone searching for us?